Hi, Mark here from the Tangent Bound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangent Bound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangent Bound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangentBoundNetwork.com and see if Tangent Bound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swaps it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a spurner. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 358.
The slightly latest podcast on the network.
You are correct, Tony.
Yes. Yes. It was one of those weird weekends for us.
It was. I'm Brian, by the way.
Hi, Brian. How's it going?
Hi.
I heard you mention I'm Tony, and I am.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I was actually talking to my imaginary friend in my house, oddly enough, also named Tony.
Oh.
But he spells his with the E with the mark over the top, like the dude in Tony.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We just need to find a T-O-N-I, and we got a sweet group together.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
We could be a sick-ass hit squad.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of a music or like singing group.
Yeah, well, that's our front, is we're a singing group.
Oh, right, that makes sense.
We're actually a hit squad.
Oh, okay. Deadlier than you are sexy. I got it. Yeah.
Exactly. Now you're getting it.
That's not difficult.
We'll be the easiest hit squad ever, because here's all you need to do. You really only need two people for this, but sometimes you gotta rotate people out. Maybe someone needs to get a coffee, whatever.
Yeah.
But you have the sniper, right?
Yeah.
Then you have a guy dressed as a pizza man.
Mm-hmm.
Knock on the door. Hey, I have your pizza. Guy's like, I order pizza, and you step aside. Boom.
Well, I mean,
retire and eat pizza.
I mean, or you hire some schmuck to knock on the door in the pizza costume. You know,
Well, I mean, I guess you could actually order pizza now.
like hit the old twofer, no witnesses.
Right, that's true. Get the old pass-through shot.
Yep.
But then he might get brain matter on the pizza. No one needs that.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's a good point. Yeah. Well, I got it. We'll order it from Domino's because they have that guaranteed replacement pizza thing.
Nice.
Take it back in and be like, there's brain all over my pizza.
And they're like, what happened? What happened to Todd?
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Who? Yeah.
Who you run out?
Yeah. All I know is this pizza's not right, and your sign says. Oh man.
I mean, you would think an elaborate hip hop team would come dancing in with knives or something and cut you to ribbons. Mm-hmm, it's just sloppy pizza execution.
Right. I don't know. I don't think it was that sloppy, aside from the brain matter on the pizza. I mean, I thought it was pretty clean.
I'm also going to say, that's a great name for a band, Sloppy Pizza Execution.
That's true.
Just saying.
I'd go see him, yeah. Just because I'd be hoping for pizza, but, whatever.
Right.
Like, ooh.
Well, you'll have that.
Yeah.
I put up an Instagram post today that was inspired by your love of pizza.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not sure if you saw it. It's just a stripper leaning up against a pole eating pizza, and people are just throwing money at her.
Wow, it's like a cam girl before cam girls.
Basically. Yeah, she's just leaning, she kind of slides on the pole, and then this fistful of money comes flying.
Nice.
It's terrific.
Nice. Do you think pizza grease helped you swing around on one of those poles, or would it be too slippery type?
I think it'd probably aid. I mean, pizza grease is pretty... I've never tried to, use it as a lubricant, per se.
Well, you're missing out, my friend.
Apparently. Yeah. Like, whoa, save that pizza grease.
Right.
Let me go get the jar by my bed.
Yeah. It'd just be like in, was that the movie, was it Flashdance or whatever, where she pulls the thing and the water comes down on her, but it's just pizza grease. Not hot. Well, it's got to be warm enough to be liquid, but,
It's all fine and dandy until that one day the lady has like a cigarette lit up.
Yeah.
Oh God! Whoops. I should have never ordered meat lovers.
Wait, is that from Domino's?
Call them bitches up.
Tell them we want another pie. Shit.
Or that we could just start a religion where we baptize people in pizza grease.
Ooh, I like this.
Like the Holy Order of the Slice.
You baptize them in pizza grease, and then you hand them a piece of pizza afterwards.
Right, exactly.
Like their communion.
Yeah.
All right.
Communion could be just like breadsticks. You rip one off. There you go.
Nice.
What was that pizza that had like the little bread nibblers on the outside?
Oh, I don't remember.
Is that even a thing anymore?
I don't know. Pizza Hut brings it back from time to time.
It's like, I get the whole weird, like, cheese stuffed weird pizza, but your pizza crust should never look like it has genital warts.
True.
I
just don't like the idea of tearing my pizza crust off before I eat the pizza. It's like that, I kind of hang on to that a little bit.
That's my handle.
Yeah, right? Plus, when you go to roll it up, you need something to tuck in, like, when you're rolling your pizza piece up like a burrito,
Naturally.
Yeah.
Breaking news. Sexy evening wear for ladies just followed us on Instagram.
Finally.
It's about time. I've been trying to get that account. What the fuck?
Finally. Hopefully we'll get a sponsorship out of it.
Right? I think the Holy Order of Slice could be a thing. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
You could have, instead of like bishops and cardinals, there's just different levels of pizza.
Okay.
Is the Pope like supreme?
Yeah, who's the meat lovers, though?
Oh, boy. those are the Catholics.
Straightens my tie. Yeah, it was a little too
I don't know, because I'm not really down for veggie pizza.
Right. That's what
I'll eat it.
Yeah, I will, too.
Just pizza.
Right.
Well. I mean, if I had my druthers, I still wanted to get a veggie pizza and a meat lover's pizza and stack them That's something I've always thought about and have never done.
Right. I like this idea, though.
I don't know what it would be called.
Delicious.
Probably.
Duh. Yeah.
And it's a good point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wait, what am I thinking? Duh. You start with the meat lovers, because you need that solid foundation.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you put the veggie lovers on top of the meat lovers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you have 2 layers of pizza.
Right.
And then you got to go for the Big Mac effect.
Okay. Yeah.
And what makes a better roof? You need something that's like water resistant.
Mm-hmm.
Cheese pizza.
Yes.
That solid layer of melted fat keeps all the liquids off everything else underneath it.
Yeah.
You get a triple layer pizza.
Right. And that cheese pizza will be like a 17 cheese pizza.
Yes.
Something like that. Where it's
You
just,
could even, if you have the dexterity, you could flip it on top. So you have a sandwich effect.
oh man, a pizza sandwich, you say?
Pizza Big Mac.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I hope Epic Mealtime isn't listening.
Man,
They've probably already done something like this. Honestly.
Yeah, right? Somebody
Someone's
has.
done this. If not, this is how we die.
If not, I know how we're spending our summer. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All summer we're just knocking these back. Oh,
In the
Lord.
cardio ward.
Yeah. By summer, I mean the next 3 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's all we'll have left.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nah, it's all right. What a way to go.
See, now we're talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you need to flip it and cap it off.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling with 30 pizzas stacked, you need to you kind of have like a Dagwood sandwich situation.
Right.
And you kind of have to mush the pizza together to get it in your face.
Or you just make a calzone that way with the layers inside the calzone and just,
Wait, are you saying we're going to take 3 pizzas, stack them, and then wrap them in dough and bake it?
Well, we'll figure something out, but yes.
You could do that probably with individual slices, like a stack of 3.
Oh yeah,
then
I would think so.
Then you calzone that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds like fair food.
Yeah, it does.
We could be millionaires.
Then we deep fry it.
And we deep fry it.
Yes. Yeah.
That would be the thing. Pizza, 3 slices of pizza, wrapped in dough, throw it in the fryer. Provide various dipping sauces.
Yes. Okay, I'm in. Let's do
We're
this.
going to the fair, Brian. Quick, we need a trailer. We need graphics. We need a fryer. We need pizzas.
Yes, we do.
And probably money and ambition.
Right. So if you'd like to help us out, go to... No.
Right?
Man, what a food truck that would be.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
What the hell? What would that food... Oh, of course, Holy Order to Slice.
Right. We'll just park it outside the hospital for convenience.
Or we just keep yelling y'all want to come to church?
Yeah. Yes.
What? Come get baptized in flavor.
Yep. Free samples on Sunday, Sunday Mass, whatever.
Fast.
Like the episode of...
that's the name of the biggest, most epic one, is the Sunday Mass.
Yes.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
Oh my God, you're right. That'd be a perfect name for it. Oh man.
Damn it. Why do we always have these amazing ideas on this podcast?
I don't know. It reminded me of, I've been listening to episodes of The Forkful, and
Oh, yeah.
the one where he goes and talks to the preacher that also has the barbecue place.
Oh, yeah.
And he was talking about how attendance is always up when they have food available.
Obviously.
Yeah, what, barbecue free? I'm in.
Hey, blah 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 revolutions, whatever. Revelations, not revolutions. Yeah, whatever that is. Give me some more pulled pork. Yeah. I'll take some of that brisket too.
Oh man. Mm-hmm. Man, I could go for some brisket right now.
I could always go for brisket.
Yeah, that's accurate too. I probably could too. On a pizza.
I actually have 2 briskets in my freezer right now. Your standard issue brisket and then your corned beef brisket.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to turn one of those into a pizza.
Patty's Day. I need to turn pizza?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mashed potato pizza? I don't have all the spent grains and such.
Damn it.
What we need to do is just drive over to Pizza Cat, kick him repeatedly repeatedly in the dick until he makes it.
I don't know that we'd have to kick him. We probably, if we just had the stuff, he'd probably do it.
Yeah, but Brian, you know how much I love kicking people in the dick.
I know, but he's a nice guy. He gave us free pie. I mean...
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, fine. He gets spared.
How about we'll kick someone else in the dick while we're there? Like just some random customer or something.
Repeatedly, yeah.
And then we'll eat our pizza over them.
Yes.
Like we just sacked a quarterback and just stood over him, you know?
While we're eating the pizza, we won't be kicking dicks.
No.
Because you don't want to drop a pizza.
Right.
But we could do that like foot churn thing, like you're putting out a cigarette.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Could do that.
Yeah, that would work.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who owns Pizza Cat may not be a big fan of it, but that's all right.
Or he'll be over there joining us.
Yeah, you're right. Or else.
We're pretty charismatic.
Yeah, we'll be like, you kick that man in the dick. Like, I don't want to. You do it now. Yeah.
All right, I guess you're getting kicked in the dick.
Yeah, it's him or it's you or him.
Yeah.
And there's two of us, so you probably should go for him. Yikes. That seems a little harsh. But hey,
Yeah,
you know.
It's a speed situation.
Yeah. I get harsh when pizza's on the
hostage
line.
in the dick.
What do you do? Yeah. Yep. I get pretty hostile when pizza's involved, so yeah.
Well, yeah.
It could happen.
It could happen.
I actually saw, sorry for the folks that don't know about Pizza Cat, but they're a local pizza place. And I saw on the news the other day that they did a thing where I think they had like a design a pizza contest for like high schoolers or something like that.
Really?
And then I think they were gonna like have the winning one or winning four or something like that as like menu items for a short time.
That's a cool idea.
I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, you know? Which
I can't imagine those dumb high schoolers have good ideas, though.
I don't know. That's a good question. Because you're probably going to end up with some weird shit.
Probably.
But that's okay. I mean, really, I guess he makes weird shit, so I guess really it doesn't, you know.
I mean, this is true.
He's not afraid to take risks.
Right, yeah.
Like that.
That's all the, hemp crust pizzas and whatnot.
Right. Or that one we had with raw garlic.
Oh, jeez, I think I just finished in my pants. That was so good.
Right?
So good.
Oh, dude, there was I can't remember if it was The Forkful or what I was listening to, and somebody on it was talking about being in Chicago, and when you're in Chicago, you have to go get a hot beef, sandwich.
Yeah.
And
It's true.
I just got hard and started salivating all at the same time as I was listening.
That's a weird feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, you're probably experiencing it right now.
I am.
Man.
I am.
Yeah. Took me back.
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I could go for the old hot beef sandwich.
Right. Me too.
Oh, man.
Right?
God damn it. Why are we talking about food?
All right, let's move on.
All right.
I don't know to what, but...
Well, how was your... Because how was your previous week?
Right.
Monday.
Yeah. Pretty
How
good.
was your so long ago? I don't remember what the fuck happened.
Right. My week was pretty good. I had a visitor come stay with me, and her and I had a lot of fun and hung out and what have you. Did the Crazy Life together, and if anyone wants to listen to it, it's the last episode, not the newest one. It's PTSD with Roxana. Yeah, so yeah, we had a lot of fun, but do you know what was one of the coolest things about the whole thing, aside from the obvious type stuffs, is the fact that during those days, dude, I barely touched my phone. I mean, that's
got to be a good feeling, huh?
It was. I mean, there were points where I actually walked away from my phone and I didn't care, kind of thing, or had it sitting on the table next to my bed, basically, and we're just sitting there watching TV. I don't give a shit about what's going on Twitter or Facebook or any of that.
Yeah.
It was really nice because I've been trying to do that anyway a little bit, which I think I mentioned before, where I've been kind of distancing myself a little bit from social media, just because it's a good idea,
Yeah, I agree. I've been really kicking around the idea too of like when I get home from work, I just plug in my phone in upstairs by my side of the bed because it's like my alarm clock.
Yeah.
And just leaving it there for the evening.
Yeah. That's a terrible idea. No.
well, because it's like, and I've pointed out to my family before, but there'll be times like we're all sitting in the living room, and I'm trying very hard to not be on my phone.
Yeah.
So I put it on like the other end of the coffee table or whatever, like face down, so if it lights up, I don't see it.
Right.
And I'm sitting there like watching whatever we're watching, and I look around and everybody else in the room is on their phone.
Right.
And I part of me's like, I want to be like, hey motherfuckers, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, well, it is what it is.
Like, am I missing something? Go get your phone.
Yeah, exactly. What's going on? No, I guarantee everybody else is just playing a game.
Probably, yeah. Well, yeah. It was really weird because, I'm in a bunch of Twitter groups and stuff, and I kind of said this before on here, that it was, the reason I used a lot of social media originally was because, it helped me fight the isolation of depression. It allowed me to get thoughts out of my head, it allowed me to talk with people at 3 a.m, and, stuff like that. But it's like, I'm not having as many of those thoughts now, so I don't need the distraction as much, so it's, and I'm like, okay, well, there's a lot of these things that have kind of become toxic anyway,
right.
There's always internet drama, but I've just noticed over the last few months that there just seems to be more and more on Twitter, just people just being dicks to each other. And it's kind of like, you see it and you're just like, why, why am I screwing around with this? There's got to be something better to do with my time.
Well, that's why, I'm now falling more in love with Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Because it seems like the people I interact with on Instagram, I have run into zero negativity.
Yeah, I've heard there's a lot there, but
I'm sure there is.
I haven't
but the circle I'm in,
yeah,
even with the Salty Language account, the people that comment back and it's weird.
Yeah.
And granted, I don't exactly, I'm not Johnny Interaction on it either, but, I just take a picture and that's about it.
Yeah.
But
no, I get it though. I've seen a little of it on Instagram, but it's nowhere near what it is. Now, granted, if a bunch of people get that attitude and leave Twitter for Instagram, obviously, the number will go up.
Yeah, the pirates will come sailing in.
Right. So, I don't know, but either way, it's like, basically, the short of the story is Brian discovered girls, and no.
Cool.
Finally.
Cool.
No, but, excuse me, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Just not giving a shit about social media, and just really, anyone who's listened to The Crazy Life will know, one of my biggest struggles has been to live in the moment, and that's exactly what I did for the better part of 5 days.
That's good.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's very good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it kind of makes you wonder, how worth it is social media, huh?
Oh, odds are it's barely worth it. It was for me at one point, but the original use I had for it, I don't need that as much now. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still nice, in the middle of the night I have someone I can talk with and whatever, because of the, crazy hours I keep.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of times through the day, I'm not checking it. I'm not checking it. I've barely been on it even today. I think I've been on Twitter twice today. Maybe 20 minutes.
Say, do you think you could, let's use Twitter as an example, because that's was or is still maybe your go-to?
Yeah.
Do you think you could go into people you follow and just be like, boom, bare bones, I'm going to follow these 30 people?
I probably could, honestly, because I'll tell you, I almost don't even look at the timeline stuff anymore.
Right.
I'm just in the groups for the most part, which is kind of the way Twitter's gone, which is, I think, why there's more drama. Because, you put people together and, so, yeah, I probably could to some extent, or at least get close to that, I probably could.
Well, because I think that's why I enjoy my Instagram account, because I follow a decent amount of people, but they're people they're people I'll never interact with. I like to see what they're doing in their lives, or they're companies that I enjoy, or they're friends.
Right.
Yeah, I don't follow anybody I don't want to follow.
Yeah.
And if they annoy me, I have no qualms about going, see ya.
Yeah, I've done the same thing on Instagram. If somebody starts getting annoying with something, or they start, promoting stomach wraps or something like that, then I'm like, done with you, Same with Snapchat. Yes, Snapchat's the same way. If someone posts like 1 million times a day or just whatever irritates me, you know, I'll just be like, see ya. So,
Right.
Yep. And Twitter, honestly, the only reason I probably haven't on Twitter is because I'm so far down that rabbit hole. Like, you know, I follow thousands of people on Twitter.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering.
So
you know?
rather
I know
than
you obviously don't read everybody's stuff.
No, not at all. And I used to just sit there and read the timeline though, and retweet and all that stuff. And once in a while, I'll jump in. Honestly, I have a list that are people that were my favorites for a while, but you know, I'll just jump on for a few minutes sometimes. But most of the stuff I retweet comes from something somebody dropped in one of the rooms I'm in. You know.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's funny, and retweet it. That's about the end of it for the most part now. I've gotten really bad about it, but I don't care.
Yeah, I was like,
No.
is it bad about it though? If you don't give a
No.
shit?
No, and honestly,
Maybe other people think it might be bad, but
I don't even think most people do. Because it's so weird
Right.
how many people on Twitter almost act as though they're captive. You know, like when I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I've been doing this and staying off of social media, and people will be like, oh wow, that's awesome. You know, and they make it sound like you seriously, like I escaped and I'm, you know, like I'm Andy Dufresne or something, you know.
you're down in Mexico carving a canoe.
Yeah. You know, but there is some truth to that. You know, it's easy to become a prisoner of social media.
Well, I mean, I was telling you earlier about, you know, someone I know that everything they do gets logged, basically. And it's like, oh shit, I was looking for his bottle opener. I don't understand that mindset at all.
I don't either. As much as I've always used social medias, I've never been that document everything, as anyone who follows me can tell, because I don't post a lot on Instagram or Snapchat. I don't use the stories option on Instagram at all. You know, the only reason I do on Snapchat is because I'm just posting it to anybody that follows me that wants to look at it. You know?
Right.
That's it. I've been
liking the Instagram stories.
Yeah.
But like, you know, well, for instance, I was going to talk about this on our next podcast just because it happened this weekend, but we went to IKEA, right?
Yeah.
And afterwards, because, you know, IKEA, you feel like when you leave the store, you feel like you just got off the plane coming from a war zone.
Right.
And we needed food, and I found a place that, you know, was a sports bar, but they had great beer, great food. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Well, Facebook the next day is like, hey, we see you were at Spoon's place, because I put a picture up on Instagram.
Yeah.
Let us know how you feel about it. And I will never go, I'm here, guys.
Yeah.
That's just not, you know, I don't understand that mindset.
Yeah. Well, you've seen it even too. Like when we're out doing stuff, you know, how many times have I mentioned to you? I'm like, yeah, we're out doing stuff. My phone goes in my pocket, and most of the time I'll occasionally check it and then I'll put it back in my pocket. Like I'm not like, oh, I gotta get a picture of this. Let's all I mean, here's the example of how much I forgot about my phone while she was here.
Okay.
We didn't take one picture together.
That's funny.
Right?
You would have thought you would have at least taken one.
Right?
Yeah.
Nope.
like I expect you guys with like dog ears, throwing peace signs.
You know how I do. Yeah.
Right?
Nope. Like she was on her plane back and I was like, we didn't take any pictures together. And she's like, wow. Yeah, she's like, wow, we didn't. I'm like, oh well, you know, that's what I mean. That is just how much neither of us gave a shit about our phones.
Not a bad thing.
No, I agree. I mean, it sucks. We should have taken a picture because, you know, whatever, but that's all right.
Dude, one of my favorite things is when we go on vacation.
Yeah.
Like, say when we're in Jamaica, granted they have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But my phone basically just becomes a camera.
Yeah.
And I love that. And to the point that the last time we went, we brought a point and shoot camera so we didn't have to worry about our phones.
Yeah.
Because it's just so nice to not... It's like having a leash half the time.
I know, that's what I'm saying about, like, with Twitter and stuff. Is like people, like, when you say, you know, oh, I got out, basically, you know, and they're like, oh, good for you, man, good for you. I'm hoping I can someday, you know, as they scratch on the wall again.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy taking pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy making goofy little videos on social media.
You certainly do, yeah.
I do.
Mm.
But I don't feel like I don't feel like a prisoner by it.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm.
Like I've said, the other day I was making Instagram stories and I was making voices for these guys digging. I was basically talking about how the older guy was going to diddle the younger guy and he's a sex slave.
Naturally.
And I got messages like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, I'm just doing it to amuse myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
It's like this podcast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
We're doing it to make us laugh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Totally. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, I think, like, I'm noticing over the last month or so, like, I'm really starting to notice, the goals that I had, like, a couple years ago, going into therapy and stuff. I'm seeing myself kind of meeting some of those type goals, like living in the moment more, being able to walk away from social media, because for a while I wouldn't have been able to, because I would have been like, worried that my social links would have crumbled, basically. Now I'm like, man, they'll still be there,
For sure.
Yeah. And they are. I've gone back various times and people are still there, because that's generally what people do with social media,
Because they're all in cell block C still.
Yeah. I go back for a visit once in a while, slip them try to get a file through, but, doesn't work real well.
Exactly.
Or a spoon. Sometimes I'll get them a spoon and a poster,
Right. It's true.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, it was a pretty good week though. So.
Well, good. I kind of figured that's what you were going to say. You had a good week, but I mean, obviously, I was leaving you alone during that week.
Yeah. I know.
I was like, man, Brian's. I was like, Brian's radio silent. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Brian's got better things to do. Hanno texted me at one point and was kind of like, so I'm like,
right.
Things are going good, and he's like, okay, carry on.
Yeah,
it was great. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it was pretty cool though, and obviously we went to trivia. I figure we'll get to that in a few minutes, but we went to trivia, which was cool. She got to meet all y'all, and that was cool. She seemed to like everybody.
Hopefully we weren't too overwhelming. I know it's an intense group of people to walk into.
It really is, and in fairness, I didn't consider that as much as I probably should have, but she said she had a good time and stuff, and yeah, but
that's good then.
Yeah. So anyway, how was your week? Whatever, how much ever time?
I think it was good. I'm trying. I mean, like, I looked at my notes that I usually keep on my phone, and they were so like sparse. I was like, what the fuck did I do?
Right.
And it's been so long since we recorded. I feel like there was shit I need to talk about, but
I feel like there was stuff last time that you were like, I'll save that for next time.
I know, right? And I was looking at my notes I wrote down here, and I'm like, I got nothing in my phone. I'm like, I don't know what happened. Yeah,
that's what I was trying. I was actually trying to think of that too, because
trivia was fun.
Yeah.
Except for not Sam. I'm sorry, not Jake.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's bad when your name is not Jake.
Yeah, for those of you who listen to us for a while, obviously we've probably mentioned Sam before. He's our favorite server.
Right, at Cheers. Yeah.
At Cheers, yeah, exactly.
Sam Malone.
And at the Beer Stew, where we go to do trivia.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for a little bit there was another fella named Jake, who's, I'm not going to give him too much shit.
Yeah.
Because he was a good guy. I liked the kid.
He was nice and he tried hard.
He tried yeah, exactly. He put that effort in. He was like that well, I don't want to say that word because apparently it's a bad word now.
Right.
He's that little special boy.
Yeah. But
he puts so much energy into it, and you're like, God, you're still coloring outside the lines.
Yeah.
But you're trying, son.
Just could not get out of his own way,
No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So he became not Sam.
Right.
Well, we had a brand new and lovely lady.
Yeah, I don't know her name.
I think it was Emily.
Okay.
But she sucked. She's terrible. What was that witch from Princess Bride? Oh, that's right.
I just watched that this last week.
Oh, nice. Oh, how was the service, Adam Sandler?
Horse shit!
That's right. Yeah, what we're saying is she was terrible. And I know everyone said she was new.
Yeah, because she told us she was new, and that's a pretty busy night to be new and have to deal with.
Yes.
I mean, that was rough on Sam to just dump that on her.
Yeah. But she was not good. And I still gave her a decent tip.
Yeah.
Because I felt bad for her.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, she was not good.
You know, I still gave her a tip. It wasn't great, I'll openly admit. And honestly, I mean, you know, I feel I was justified in that. In that, you know, when I ordered tacos and she came back 15 minutes later and was like, oh, we don't have any chicken for the tacos. I was like, okay, beef's fine. And then I never got my tacos.
Yes, exactly.
And they were on the bill. And, you know, like I was telling Roxana, honestly, the part that made me mad was that her order wasn't even on there.
Yeah, right.
You know?
You got like wings or something, right?
Yeah, she ordered wings, and it was written on the same piece of paper that my order was written on. And it's like, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Neither of us got our food. It's not like mine came out and hers didn't, but still.
Did you guys go get food afterwards?
Yeah. Because because we were both hungry, you know, or yeah. I was hungry anyway. But it was, you know, and that's what she actually, the Emily or whatever, she actually asked me if I wanted them to make tacos for me. And I was like, no. I was like, no.
I want you to make tacos for me.
Well, she said that it was probably that somebody who was running food took them to the wrong table or whatever. And, you know, it's very plausible. Some asshole sitting at a table be like, cool, free tacos, you know.
Fuck yeah. I've got 18 Bud Lights in me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear you.
And you know what? I'll bet it was the people who took our table, too.
Those assholes.
Anyway, but yeah, she was nice and stuff, but it was just a rough go. And yeah, you know, like I said, I still gave her a tip because she did bring me like beers fairly quickly when I asked for them. So it was, you know,
yeah, the way because I know I get the game. The game is terrible.
Yeah.
So you have to have obscenely horrible service to not get a tip.
Yeah.
From me.
Right. I'm that way too. That's why I said I gave her a tip, but it would have been better had we gotten our food.
That's fair.
You know, well, first of all, because the percentage of monies owed would have went up.
Yes.
You know, because I would have owed $4 or $5 for mine, and then whatever wings cost. You know, right? So, you know, it's like it would have, you know, boosted the order overall. But yeah.
Yeah, the math works out in her favor. She's actually doing her job.
Yeah.
So whatever, it is what it is. I mean,
well, we still had a good time.
I don't want to discourage a young lady, but maybe trivia night isn't the night for you.
Yeah. You know what's weird to me too is it's like the first thought I had wasn't on her, but it was more on like whoever was the manager. Like, how do you put a new person on? I mean, unless you're just out of people. You know, you and I have both been there, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Where we had to work with someone who was like brand new on a Friday or Saturday night, and you're like, oh, we're going to get murdered.
But
you know?
I did see some familiar faces behind the bar. You'd think someone would have been like, I'll go handle some of these tables. Or
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how it works. I just know I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. We had a good time. That's really all that matters.
Yeah, we had a good time. Exactly.
Yeah. So, although on the way out, this was kind of funny because y'all left, and it was T and Michelle and me and Roxana. We were talking for a minute, and then I'm like, I'm gonna go, you know, piss hard, and
yeah,
as one does. Well, as I
one
do.
does.
Yeah. So I go, and when I come back out, the rest of them are gone. Like, I don't see them around, and I'm like, oh,
like all three of them?
Yeah. All three of them. So I'm walking around kind of making sure they didn't go sit down somewhere or something, you know. And then I'm like, okay, well, I walk up to Jay, the guy we know that's the doorman, and I'm like, yo, the three people that were just standing over by that table, I'm like, did you see them go out? And he goes, oh yeah, they left. And I'm like, all right. I was like,
motherfucker.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking, well, maybe Roxana just walked over to the car, you know. And I walk outside, and the car was, you know, a decent ways down, and I'm like, that's weird, because I would have, you know, she probably would have pulled closer to the door or something, and T's vehicle was nowhere to be seen. So I'm looking around, I'm like, okay. I walk all the way out to the car, Roxana is not there. So
that's weird.
I'm like, okay. So I'm pulling my phone out of my pocket because I'm like, I'm going to, text her and be like, yo, where are you? But I go back inside and Jay's like, he's like, did they leave you? I was like, there's no way people left me. I was like, first of all, I'm too lovable. But second of all,
have you seen me? I'm adorable.
Like, come on. Who wouldn't want to take me home? And, but no, I was like, there's no way, cause I know, there's no way T would have left me there. There's no way Roxanne would,
Right.
But what it was after I went to the bathroom, she went to the bathroom, and then when she did that, T and Michelle took off. So when I came out, she was still in the restroom, and nobody was out there, so I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Mass confusion.
Yeah. So, no big deal. It was just kind of funny. And like, as we were walking out, Jay's like, oh, you found her.
That's hilarious.
Like, yeah, no thanks to you, asshole. No. But he saw T and Michelle leave, and that's who he thought I was talking about, which I partially was. But
yeah, fair enough.
yeah. What a night it was. Yeah.
Always a good time. We got one more night tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot.
I don't know why we're doing a 3 in a row month, but
yeah. Well, I think the way our every other week fell was this would be a normal week for us. But I asked if we could go last week because I knew, I figured Roxana would like doing trivia, and that gave us all a chance to hang out a little bit.
Well, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. We did not go get Ty. So, no, I forgot all about it, honestly, and I thought about it after she left.
That's all right.
I pointed it out to her where the, Rose Thai is when we were at the Stoop. I was like, yeah, that's the Thai place that, So, okay. So, next time.
That's the place I was recommended.
Yep. Next time. Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, anything else pop up for you?
Dude, I know
remember?
things happened. It's horrible.
Right.
Getting old is a bummer, guys.
That's why you're supposed to write your show notes down.
Normally I do.
Yeah.
I have like interesting news stories and stuff. Yeah. I was like, and I said saved them. No, I don't know what the fuck happened.
Wow. All right. Well,
I know, right? So stuff happened, Brian. Clearly.
Okay.
Stuff.
Well, fair. I guess we move on then. Fair enough. All right. Where do you want to start?
Well, I think I know you probably talked about it on Crazy Life, but I think we should talk about Anthony Bourdain.
We definitely did talk about it on the Crazy Life, along with the report that came out that shows that the suicide rate in the country has gone up 25% since 99?
25%?
Yep.
Is that is that a lot to do with the veterans?
They're definitely a large part of it. There's probably stuff in there factoring in. We talk about it a lot on there, the opioid crisis, of course, stuff like that does not help, of course. But Michigan, dude, this state is 37 to 42% increase. And again, I gotta believe there's, like Heno mentioned, there's social or socio-economical reasons, job loss in the area. But also,
that makes sense.
This is a heavy heroin overdose area.
Yeah, it's true.
So
do they consider a heroin overdose a suicide?
Yes, because it technically is.
Because you do it yourself. Okay, that makes sense. All right, fair enough.
Even though it's not an intentional suicide, but it's still a suicide.
Yeah, it's it's a technicality.
Yeah, basically.
Now, have this 25 or 27 to 45% increase in Michigan. Have they had Michigan beer?
Clearly they haven't.
Because that'll change their lives.
I know.
I've had 2 tonight. They're terrific. I feel jolly.
I had a couple earlier. I understand. I had a couple all days earlier. So
there you go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. All day?
All day? Yeah, that is a bummer though.
Yeah.
Now the whole, I put it out, for our show, I put it on an Instagram post when I found out he's, died.
Mm-hmm.
And normally, celebrity deaths, when they happen, I just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
This is one of them that I was like, oh, fuck, it really bummed me out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's because I've always enjoyed his programming.
Yeah.
And, listening to his quotes some commentary. And it's Parts Unknown is one of the shows Gene and I binge watch.
Oh, I love that show. Yeah, I was actually Travel Channel was showing a marathon of it yesterday.
Like a marathon.
Yeah, I think I watched like 5 episodes of it.
So this is probably one of the first celebrity deaths in a while that I felt like right now, like not like a big like boar killing spear, but like a barbecue skewer. It was like, oh God, right now that didn't feel good,
right?
And I don't know, and I guess he always had that kind of like tortured look in his eyes and face.
Yeah.
But still, fuck, man.
And that's actually something Heno talks about on The Crazy Life. And, again, I won't get too far into it because, people can go listen to The Crazy Life.
Oh, yeah, listen to Crazy Life.
But he mentioned that he saw a guy who basically was running from his troubles for a long time. His demons.
Oh, I could see that.
He got over a heroin addiction, but look, you watch the shows and stuff, it's like, clearly he had a drinking issue, and whatever. So, whatever. I mean, I'm not, like I said, you can go listen to that to hear that commentary. And for anyone who doesn't know, Heno's a, recovering alcoholic, so it's not coming from a place of, like me, where I'd just be like,
Right.
Yeah, I was with you, though. It really kind of kicked me in the dick, too, because it was, I used to love reading his blogs after shows would go up for No Reservations, because a lot of his blogs, he was more candid than he was on the show and stuff. And he kind of got more into how things affected him and different, it felt way more personal. And, I loved reading those. I loved him when he was a judge on Top Chef, cause he was just the same guy. It was just quit trying to foo-foo this shit up. Serve me good food, don't. And that's what I always liked about the guy, was that he felt like a guy that you could go, well, we can go to this Michelin star restaurant, or we can go get a hot dog and a beer. And he's just as likely to be like, yeah, let's go get the hot dog and beer,
Probably more likely.
Yeah, exactly. So,
yeah.
Yeah, and it's, again, it's not that I idolize the guy or anything, but it was just like, I've always loved that he had the, he got to go do all that stuff. Travel to all those places, be part of all those cultures, try all that food. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some of that food he ate that I'm like, I don't know about that.
Right.
Like when he ate warthog, asshole, that was, nope.
Sometimes you gotta toss a little hog salad.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
All right, I'm writing hog salad down, isn't it? But one of the other things I really loved was, and this is actually what I liked most about his shows, not just No Reservations, but what's the other one called? Parts Unknown?
Parts Unknown, yeah.
Yeah, which that one's really good too. Is there's a lot of awareness in those shows. Like, he didn't just go to some areas and just.
Oh, he went to some sketchy places.
Yeah, and he went to some sketchy places to put light on, like, hey, this really sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, in The Crazy Life, the one I always remember is when he went to Laos. Cause there's still like active mines and warhead, or bombs that were dropped from the US, just dumped there like trash. Right. And there's people there without arms and legs because there's active mines in the ground.
Yeah, to just stumble across them.
Yeah, and boom. And that's, like, some of the people there, that's their job, is to go around and basically try to find mines. I mean, that's awful,
Yes, yeah.
But when he got invited by one of the guys who does this back to their place to eat, he was basically like, we know that feeding us basically takes all their food. Kind of a thing. And he just wouldn't let that happen. They were like, no, we gotta pay you for this, even though it's normally not, customary and stuff, because, that's kind of an insult in a lot of cultures.
Yeah, it flies right in the face to hospitality. Yeah.
But it's like, when you hear and read about some of these places he's visited, you get a different understanding. Like when he went to Saudi Arabia, the whole point of it was to show that, people over there are very similar to us. There's obviously some cultural differences, but they still have malls they love going to. One of the most popular places that they show on there was like a fried chicken place that was basically their KFC. Right. Like stuff like that. So it's like this just like, people over here. So
like his shows, like it inspire me to travel to say, like it's why when we go on cruises, we don't go to the tourist traps. Yeah. We always go several blocks back and find as much local shit as you can, just because.
Yeah.
You're not going to learn anything if you go to Senior Frogs every time or whatever.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's part of why I love, like, the Forkful podcast, too, is they do a lot of the same thing where they get into, like, the culture of food. And I really like that because, it's like Michael Pollan's done in some of his stuff, to where it's like, that's a universal language. We all have to eat.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So you can sit around a table with people eating good food and look at each other and see that you're enjoying, you can speak without really speaking, And
right.
I love that.
And what I hate about this country is you don't have to travel to an opposite hemisphere to do that.
Yeah.
Like when we drive to Florida, mm-hmm. We'll find some little local place in Kentucky to sit down and eat. Yeah. We'll bullshit with the server, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's you don't have to leave the country to do that same kind of.
No, you're totally right. We live in a country that's a melting pot. There's tons of cultures in this country. There's pretty much any kind of food you could want, you can find here. With some exception, but a lot of it you can find here somewhere.
I'm just saying, if you go to a city you've never been to before, please don't eat at Chili's.
Fuck you, them skillets sizzle.
Guaranteed there's some amazing local restaurant that all the local people eat at.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how many times being with you guys and we've gone somewhere and we end up at just some random place and it's just like, yo, this place killed it. This knocked it out of the park.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
don't get me wrong. Jeannie and I have gone to a lot of dumps too.
Right.
We're like, well, you don't win them all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep. So, I'm with you though. It's, I always, like I said, I always loved the fact that when, Bourdain went to these places, he was respectful of their cultures.
Oh yeah.
I was watching the Saudi Arabia episode, and I don't remember what they're called, but what the men wear over there that are like the long, like robe kind of thing,
right?
Or like just a long shirt. Basically, they wear it over stuff because it allows air to move around and cool you off in the 120 degree heat. But he was like, he's like, normally I resist the producer's idea of wear whatever the locals wear kind of a thing, which I love because not everybody would do that, and I love, like, he does that. Andrew Zimmern does that. I've seen a couple where they are I'm here, I should wear this. And it's like no.
Yeah, like, please take off your wooden Japanese sandals.
Yeah, please stop trying to appropriate their culture.
Yeah. And the kabuki makeup.
Yeah, especially the kabuki makeup. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm with you, though. On the other side of it, though, it's like the stuff we loved about the guy. There's 9 or 10 seasons of No Reservations. There's 4 or 5 of Parts Unknown. There was another one called like The Layover or something like that he did for like a season or two.
Yeah, I think so.
There's if you can find a Cook's Tour or whatever it was called that he did on Food Network or Food Channel, whatever it was called.
Yeah, he's got a ton of content out there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of writing he's done. Yeah, there's all that stuff. So, again, like we've talked with musicians, like when Chris Cornell died, we were like, there's all this stuff we can still at any time reference and enjoy. So,
yeah.
So,
but yeah, that was a bummer of a morning.
Yeah. And let's not, like, I'm not familiar with Kate Spade really. But she killed herself a few days before.
Right.
And it was like, wow. And then that report came out in the same week. It was like, wow, this is a pretty suicide heavy week. And if you'll allow me to get in my soapbox for one quick second here. I posted this on Facebook and Instagram. Basically, it's like we're all talking about suicide right now because of the celebrity deaths and stuff.
Right.
This report that came out showing these increases in suicide show us that there's a lot of work that needs to get done and fast. So
yes,
let's try to keep the conversation going. Parents, talk to your kids, talk to your friends that have gone through recent struggles, whether it's a relationship breaking up, losing a job, any hardship like that, because some of the numbers in this thing were like 50% of the people that have committed suicide in these numbers never have been diagnosed with mental illness. The number one reason men kill themselves is generally relationships. So if you know somebody who's gone through a recent, troubling time or whatever, reach out to them. But also reach out to, like I keep seeing one of the things that I love, which is reach out to your strong friends. Because the ones that are strong sometimes are putting a front on, But overall, just, let's just try to talk to one another and make sure this, we gotta get these numbers down. These are ridiculous, Alright, I'm done.
No, that's fine. It's a good soapbox to be on, because it is, I don't know, it almost makes me wonderful, about the whole, we're talking about social media earlier and how sometimes it could be a maelstrom, can't say the word, a hurricane.
Right.
Of negativity, which makes you wonder if anything, I don't know. I don't think we're supposed to have as much contact with as many people as we have.
That's possible too. Plus, a lot of people only see.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
there's so much information.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people post on their Facebook or whatever. They just post the best stuff. They just show you the best parts of their life.
Yeah. And then other people are like, oh my God, I wish I had that life. This person's doing so great. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, that person's, I always feel like when people are like, I'm doing amazing, that there's an evil dark shadow behind that picture.
It's the old saying, the laughing on the outside, crying on the inside concept. It's, you're trying to convince everyone else that you're doing so great when you're not. And I was there. I did it for a long time to where I was just like, oh, I'm good. I'm cool. Nothing phases me. I'm Iceman,
Yeah, Daddy-o.
Meanwhile.
Yeah. All right, meanwhile.
Yeah. So, I'm going to have the link for that, the increase in suicides article thing from CNN. I'll have the link to that in the show notes if anyone wants to look at it. I highly suggest everyone look at it, because what you'll see is how many different things that they've looked at, and none of them is one glaring area. There's a bunch of policy changes that need to be made. So, there we go. All right, now I'm done with my soapbox. Let's move on.
Fair enough. Well, I guess on a lighter side of things.
Yeah.
Well, let's lighten the mood of this podcast,
please.
Brian. All right. So everybody's favorite, maybe not everybody's favorite, but my personal favorite, bulk food store. Right?
Yeah.
Costco.
Uh-huh.
Guess what they brought back for summer?
Baltica?
Oh, did you want oh God, I wish.
The Sara beers.
It's kind of like a Russian product. Can you say 100-calorie vodka popsicle?
Oh, good. Nothing refreshes like a vodka popsicle. When the kids are done playing on the slip and slide.
Basically, yeah, exactly. Shotgunning those bitches.
Yeah.
Like playground moms are deep throwing these things,
right?
Like they're at a strip club.
I was gonna say like they're Go-Gurt, but yeah, either way, yeah.
It's same. Yeah, it's the same either way.
Right. Wow.
But yeah, they're you know the pop ice things.
Yeah.
That you'd try to get that juice and you'd lacerate your cheeks like it became the Joker.
Yeah.
Those things.
Uh-huh.
Basically what it is, but a vodka popsicle.
Oh, all right.
With a couple different flavors.
Do they have purple?
Right. It looks like they have pink and yellow.
Oh, that's disappointing. Purple or get the fuck out. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. They come in 4 flavors, none of which appear to be purple.
That's not right.
Cosmopolitan.
Oh boy.
So if you want to, like, you know, if you want to have a Cosmo and talk about all the, Dixie Duck or whatever Sex and the City talked about.
Sure.
That's a popsicle for you.
Mm-hmm.
Appletini.
Wow.
Hate the name, like apples.
Yeah.
Lemon Drop, I'm interested.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think probably the crown jewel of the 4-pack, Watermelon Lemonade.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you on that. That would probably be the one I would first go to. But Lemon Drop would definitely intrigue me.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Although, still...
Can you say dangerous?
Yeah, right. Oof. Nothing like cutting the lawn, you know, like, I'm going to have a nice popsicle.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, you're running over to neighbor's cat.
Yeah. And this time it's alcohol-based. Yeah.
Yeah, for once.
Yeah. Whoopsies.
So, I kind of feel like these need to be involved in my summer at some point. Like a hot day.
Oh, real quick, do they come in a multi-pack, or do you just get one flavor?
I do believe, because it's Costco, they come in a multi-pack.
Nice. Okay. I think we should do a salty language, sweet and salty language episode with them. Yeah.
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 What's it been? It's been too long.
Exactly.
Oh, God damn it.
Whoa.
They're available for summer in select Costco locations across California, Arizona, Nevada, Colorado. No, that's not us.
Ah, boo.
Damn it.
You should hit up Costco on Twitter and complain. It should be like, we're a very powerful podcast, and we would like to review your product.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Also,
our podcast is powerful. Our livers are powerful.
Right. Also, we will take any Kirkland booze you want to send us.
That too.
Yeah. Or not Kirkland.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll ship. I wonder if they'll ship them.
I don't know, because, you know, a lot of states have got laws against shipping booze, so I don't know.
I wonder if I could convince one of my West Coast friends to ship them for me.
Like Snoop Dogg?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he packs it with some of his Snoop packing.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Open the box and you're
high
high
for a month. Attacking this box?
Yeah. I said, yeah, you open the box and you're high for a month.
Yes.
Like,
probably.
Yeah.
So we got that going for us.
Okay.
I'm also going to keep the mood light on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, did you see the FBI agent in the dance-off?
No.
What? Oh my God. So Brian, there's this FBI agent, right? He was dancing for, it wasn't really a dance-off, but he was dancing for some reason.
Okay.
Attempts a backflip.
Oh boy. As
As he's backflipping, his gun falls out of his pants, goes off, shoots a guy in the crowd in the leg.
Oh no. Okay. There's a lot of things wrong with this. Like, first of all, why was he dancing with his gun on him? And second of all, why would you do a backflip with the gun on your hip?
I'm sorry. It didn't go off when he hit, when it hit the ground. It went off when he went to pick it up.
Oh, jeez. Oh boy. I got a feeling the words, suspended with pay are probably in his future, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Or at least.
So he was at a Denver bar. He did a backflip. Gun falls. He picks it up. Round is fired, hitting a man.
Oh, jeez.
And they were investigating to see if alcohol was a factor.
No. No. He's like, that's
right. It was related at all.
Yeah, he's like, I just had a few popsicles my wife bought.
Exactly.
Man. So, does it say, like, was the guy okay? Like, not the FBI guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a non-life-threatening injury.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
No one wants to get shot.
No. No.
I'm just saying.
But it's still, I mean, at least he's not dead or crippled
that would
or
be a weird fetish.
yeah, you know, or at least he didn't get shot in the groin or something, you know.
Oh man, that would be the worst. You accidentally get shot in the dick.
Is it really any worse than deliberately getting shot in the dick? I mean, either way, you get shot in the dick, and that's terrible.
Well, but if it's deliberate, like that's there's some evil motherfucker out there that's
true.
like I'm going for a dick shot. if it's accidental, that's just God,
right? Yeah. I was gonna say, if it's a dick shot, it's someone pretending that life is a video game.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have that Fallout thing. What is that? The grids or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Actually, grids is what AIDS used to be called, so it's probably not grids.
Yeah, probably not. Might be. I don't know.
Might be.
I'm not here to judge anybody. All right, maybe a little.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
wow.
That little news story caught my eye, and I was like, well, we got to talk about this.
Yeah, that's pretty strong. Wow. Oh man. So
right?
Did you see CM Punk successfully lost his second fight?
I didn't see the fight, but I did see the headline that said he lost.
Yeah. He made it through the
Did
fight.
he get his ass completely kicked like last time?
From what I didn't watch the fight, but from what I read, it sounds like the guy kinda, I don't know, like probably could have put him away, but didn't, type of a thing. Just kind of played with him for whatever, 3 rounds or whatever. So.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm very curious to see what happens next, because, you know, he's a draw, but is he still a draw at 0-2? You know?
I mean, here's the thing. UFC fans, he's not a draw.
Right.
Because he's not winning.
Yeah.
Is he exciting to watch fight? I've never seen one of his fights. Probably not, though.
His first fight was over pretty quick, and in this fight he went the distance, but he didn't put up a great effort. Like, it was a unanimous, like, every card went to the other guy. You know?
Right.
So, it was pretty one-sided.
Like, if you're a wrestling fan, it's exciting. Because it's CM Punk.
You know, it's funny at this point.
If you're a UFC fan, it's not exciting.
I almost think wrestling fans at this point are like, well, by him losing, maybe he'll come back to wrestling. You know?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. I mean, it won't be with WWE, but, you know, he could come back. So,
right.
Yeah. Because, like, after he did...
I mean, unless he's...
Go ahead.
I would say unless he's that in deep in MMA that he's just like, I'm not going back to wrestling. This is all I'm doing. As I'm fighting dudes in the face or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of said that
the octagon.
Yeah, he's kind of said that, you know, this is what he wants to do now. But he's also getting old. I mean, he's 42, I think. You know, that's pretty old for a.
I didn't realize he was that old.
Yeah. I didn't either until I pointed that out. So either sport, you know, or entertainment thing, whatever you want to call him, you know, he's getting long in the tooth either way. There's still a lot of money he can make wrestling. You know?
Yeah.
But he's openly said he doesn't need money because he doesn't give a shit about money.
Well, cool. Like the Ari Shafir of fighting.
Basically. I mean, except that, you know, he's made $25 million or so from WWE, but, you know.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, at any point he could start doing the, like, convention circuit, too. You know, probably start a podcast or, you know, whatever. I'd love to hear him on a podcast. But he only has done one since he quit wrestling, and that was that Colt Cabana one. That actually, they just won their lawsuit last week. The doctor that CM Punk says basically treated him like shit in the WWE sued him. And WWE's lawyers were part of it, basically, you know. And him and Colt Cabana ended up winning because, you know, freedom of speech and such. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. which is good for them because
nice.
They were suing him for suing the two of them, I think, for $3 or $4 million. So that's a lot of money to guys like that. Yeah.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Anyway, I just curious if you noticed that too.
Yeah, I saw he lost again.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means for his UFC career, but it's probably not great.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. Even if UFC doesn't want him, Bellator might sign him, or some other promotion may sign him for a little, for a cup of coffee or something.
Yeah, exactly. A nice egg sandwich.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is he was the first fight on the main card of this last event, and he was on the main card of the first one he was on too. It's like, there's no way he can't be on the main card anymore. It's just not right to the others that are better fighters, Yeah,
and I guarantee in the locker room.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's probably a very personable guy.
Mm-hmm.
Dudes that have been training since they've been 18 probably are not a fan of the fact that he's on main cards already.
Right. The only reason they would be maybe there's a higher buy rate so they get more money,
Yeah, that's true. So, I could see that. That would make sense.
Yeah, but that's it. Yeah.
Right.
Right on.
Huh.
Yep.
Now, for those of you who have been listening for a while, actually, scratch that. For those of you who have recently started listening, you may or may not know. Once upon a time, Brian and I used to own a comic shop.
We did?
We did.
Huh.
I don't know if you heard, Brian, but GameStop is going to be selling comic books in the near future.
No, I did not hear this.
How do you feel about that?
I'll be honest. I have to see what kind of selection they put out, because Books A Million sells comic books, and in the one store that I went to, they've got a pretty big selection, but they're not necessarily a bunch of current ones.
Right.
So I don't know if they get their books I don't know if you remember the spinner racks from when we were children's, that were in 7-Eleven in the grocery store. Okay. Sometimes those books were not current, they'd get the books the week after kind of a thing. So I don't know if I'm assuming GameStop will get them on time, but I'm really curious, what are they going to do with backstock and stuff like that? I'm very curious to see, will they, because if people, if people know you're going to discount them, they'll wait.
Right.
Even though comic book fans, a lot of them are I have to have it right away, but I don't know. This is a weird thing for me. I honestly don't feel like it's a smart move for them, but, whatever. What do you think?
Part of me gets it, because they already have a bunch of collectibles.
Mm-hmm.
The people that are coming into GameStop, that's the market audience.
Right.
That makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's almost I guess if I'm CEO GameStop, it makes sense to me. As former local comic book shop owner, it fucking infuriates me.
Yeah. And
you know what I'm saying? So
I do,
so I'm kind of 50-50 on it, because I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Because people that are going to buy comics are already in your store.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm fuck those guys. Because now it's more, you're taking more money out of hands of the local dudes.
Yeah, I remember when there was talk of, I don't know if you remember, we talked about it forever ago on here, of Walmart carrying comics. And we had a very similar opinion on that, which was, we get it, but at the same time it sucks, because it's you want people to go into comic shops, because comic shops kind of are, they're the driving force of the comics community, even if they aren't the primary income, because that's where people talk about books. That's where they get interested in books, and, they discover things, because Walmart's not going to get indie stuff, or GameStop isn't going to get some of the indie stuff that your local shop's going to get, I'm sure. But, Yeah, I don't know. I guess as always, Tony and I at this point would just be like, shop local.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about most things.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know.
I'm really curious of the logistics of this. Because, because like I said, go ahead.
If I remember right, the article said it's like they're going to test it in like 40 to 50 stores.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not doing full blown across the country.
Yeah.
But they're kind of dipping their toe in the water.
Yeah. Like if they were selling trades, that would make more sense to me.
I could see that.
Like just
instead
carrying
of current books.
Yeah, because those are books that kind of hold up over time, and like you're always going to be able to sell copies of Watchmen, basically, or Dark Knight Returns, that kind of stuff,
right.
So I don't know. I'm very intrigued because
that would.
Go ahead.
That would make more sense to me for them to do the trades.
Mm-hmm.
Than up with the weekly shit.
Yeah, because with trades,
you are correct. Like, with trades, everyone's going to, like you said, everyone's going to want Watchmen. Everyone's going to want Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
Not everyone might not want X-Men, 452
mm-hmm.
or whatever.
No, exactly. That's what I was thinking. It's like, you're going to have extra stock. So what do you do with it? Because again, I'm so far behind on books and I know I'm not the only person out there that is, so it's like, well, if GameStop's got books, but they discount them because they're old, why wouldn't I just wait? I mean, I kind of already would do that anyway at this point because I'm so far behind, but trades make sense, though, because you can mark trades down to blow them out. You can knock them down to 50% and just get them out the door. No big deal, and still basically get your money back on them. So, I don't know.
Right.
I'm curious to see how that turns out.
Yeah, it's definitely something.
Yeah. Huh. So, you sent me a link earlier in the week that I figured we should talk about.
To be fair, I never read it. I just sent it.
Yeah, to be fair, I haven't read it yet either.
Fair enough.
The article's, the headline of it is, Italian scientists create pizza that can prevent cancer and extend life. Which, as anyone knows, if that was the case, sign me up. But...
Right. Holy order of the slave.
Right, exactly.
I feel like we covered this.
It says, the pizza pascalina, as it has been called, has been referred to as the pizza that extends life and the anti-tumor pizza. It was designed by scientists from the Istituto Nazionale Tumori in Naples, or the National Cancer Institute.
You said that wrong. It's Brian. You said it wrong. It's Instituto Naples.
No, I do not want to say it that way.
And your hands were not moving enough.
No, you're right. I apologize for that. They said it's healthy enough to eat twice a week. That's not enough. But it says the pizza is packed with ingredients from the Mediterranean diet, such as tomatoes, olives, and rapini, a type of broccoli, but doesn't include cheese or meat. So I don't know about this pizza.
Oh, well, no cheese, no meat, they can go fuck themselves.
I mean, honestly, I'd rather just wrap the...
Fuck you, Italy, and your health pizza.
Wrap the meat and cheese and eat it.
Plus, I have to say, if I'm looking at the menu,
mm-hmm.
and I see a pizza just called anti-tumor pizza, I'm not ordering it.
So you're ordering tumor pizza?
Yes.
It's aged.
They're both not great names.
Right. That tumor's nice and, it's aged, and then they slice it thin.
I mean, if they want to name it properly, they should call it It's Not a Tumor Pizza.
I agree
that
with
I can get behind.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
It also says the pizza was made with a wheat flour base and is topped with cherry tomatoes, rapini, olives, and extra virgin olive oil, garlic, and chili.
Chili?
Yeah.
Like chilies, or like a steamed hot bowl of like Texas style chili?
I don't know, because from the picture it doesn't. I don't know. I'm guessing it's got to be some sort of like chili pepper or something. Like, or, you know.
Well, I have to say, I'm shitting on the not a tumor pizza, but that kind of sounds pretty good.
I was going to say, but you would eat the fuck out of this thing. I wouldn't, because...
Yeah, I'm sure I would.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just fighting cancer, give me another piece.
Right. Like, olives can go fuck off, but I'll eat the rest of it. Yeah, it's,
Can I make a substitution? Can I get the olives taken off and put bacon on there?
because, you know, a cured meat is a great idea for fighting cancer.
Yeah, for sure. Like, you can make sure the pigs that are baconized had olives in their diet.
Perfect.
And
Yep. I like it. The scientists and chefs hope it will encourage people to eat well and prove that even pizza can be healthy. I think people have kind of known for a while that pizza could be healthy. You just have to avoid, you know, real heavy amounts of cheeses and meats on them.
Oh, I think it's like anything else, with the exception of, unless you remember the, you know, what do we call it? First order of the Holy Slice?
Order of the Holy Slice,
What do we call it?
Yeah.
If you remember that, it's way different. But you just don't eat pizza every day.
Whoa.
I know, but I'm just saying, I mean...
Blasphemer!
Because if I'm eating pizza, if I'm eating pizza that's going to fuck up my life for a couple days.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Like I want the kind of pizza that I'm shitting blood the next day.
That's a little weird. I mean...
I'm just saying.
What is on this pizza that's making you shit blood?
I don't know. I'm just saying, whatever. If I'm deciding I'm going to eat some pizza, there's going to be problems.
Okay, fair enough. Yep, I'll allow it.
Like, I'm looking at a slice, and I'm like, I'm going to feel like death later, but I don't give a fuck, because this is going to be delicious.
Right.
That's the kind of pizza I want. I don't want pizza that's, like, underneath the veil of health food.
Yeah. That's the thing, is, like, I'm looking at the pictures of this, and, like, the one that they show does not look appetizing at all, because it's got this weird green base to it. Like, at first I thought it was maybe like a pesto or something, but it's too vibrant. It looks like Lake Erie when we have the algal bloom. Like that color green.
Nice. How bright and vibrant.
Yeah, but the other one looks really good, actually. Except for the olives. Those can fuck right off.
Fair enough.
I just don't like olives. I'll eat them, but I don't love them. Actually, there's only a few on this. I probably would still eat them. Because there's what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's like 9 or 10 on the whole thing. So, I can fight through those.
Right?
Yep. I don't know, man. Like I said, I enjoy a pizza once in a while that's just loaded with vegetables, and as much as I like cheese on there, I would much prefer if I could put some like fresh mutz on there, and you know,
some mozzarella. You got some of the gabagool,
little basil, and you know.
Yeah, exactly. Fresh basil, some
Fuck
tomatoes,
yeah,
like Mama used to make. Oh, this pizza's delicious,
right? But, you know, cheese, I guess I shouldn't have the cheese on there, but whatever.
Yeah, fuck that. I'll dip it in
you.
cheese. Give me a vat of that weird fake cheese.
Like the nacho cheese at ball games?
Yeah. Exactly. I'll fill up a hot tub, I'll lounge it and dip my pizza in the hot tub.
I do every day. That's how I look so youthful.
Right?
Oh my.
I guess since we're on the subject of food, how about IHOB? You heard about that situation?
Yes.
The fuck are they up to?
You know what's funny? When they first announced they were changing from IHOP to IHOB, I thought
what was your initial thought?
I thought it was going to be breakfast.
That's what I thought too. I'm like, International House of Breakfast. I'm like, you guys still suck. I'm not eating there. But I get it. You're more than pancakes.
Yes.
I get it.
Yeah. And I actually thought that would be a decent branding move, because they are more than pancakes, you know?
Yes, exactly. It should be IHOD, the International House of Diabetes.
Yeah.
Have you seen their pancakes?
Yeah.
Like, how many scoops of ice cream do you want to have? Like, it's breakfast.
Right.
What are we doing here?
And then we're going to drizzle it with all the chocolate and caramel and jellies.
Yeah, exactly. The chef may or may not swizzle his dick through it. We don't know.
Well, I mean, you got to have some flavoring. Yeah, they just bring out your pancakes and just set a tube of insulin down right next to it.
Yeah, good luck.
You're going to need this. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have the Brimley. Like, what?
Diabetes.
So, no, apparently the B stands for burgers.
Yeah.
The International House of Burgers, guys.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I mean, they've had burgers for years, but I guess they're going to focus on these, like, ultimate steak burgers, I think they said. And it's a limit, eventually they'll switch their name back. This is just like a gimmick for a little while. But
they're not, it's not a permanent thing?
No. Not
so
from
it should
what
be
I
called
read.
the International House of Fuckery.
Or the International House of Bullshit.
Yeah, that too.
There's your IHOB. But it's like, I mean, I get it, but I don't know. Really? Burgers is what they want to push? That's weird to me. I really would have thought it would have been breakfast and you just start pushing more of your overall breakfast menu,
Right.
But nope. Like, I'm not going there for a burger. I mean, listen, I did once because it was the middle of the night and nothing else was open, basically. But that's it.
Any port in a storm sometime.
Right.
Yeah, I get that.
Uh-huh. But if it's like dinner time,
I go to IHOP, I'm not acknowledging IHOB. If I go to IHOP,
yeah.
I'm not getting pancakes.
No?
No, it's just too much.
You're getting ice cream. Yeah, I get it.
Like if I get a side of flapjacks, maybe.
Okay.
But I need some chicken fetus.
Uh-huh.
I need some potato.
Right.
I need some breakfast meats.
Yeah.
If it comes with a side of flapjack, okay.
Yeah.
If it's like, oh, here's our leprechaun sprinkles and whatever, no, please go away.
You would eat leprechaun sprinkles.
Maybe. Are they magical?
You'd try them.
Yeah,
Maybe,
probably
I don't
once.
know. Yeah.
IHOB.
I know. Sorry, IHOB.
You
Right
know,
out.
Brian, it's the International House of... That's what I say.
I cannot disagree with you. Yeah. Sorry, but if it's dinner time and I want a burger, I'm not going there, especially not over in that area, because they're not too far from Bar 145.
Yeah, I'll go get a legit ass burger.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Stupid IHOB.
I know. So stupid.
In fact, I'm changing I'm changing my email. I'm sending you the links to stupid IHOB.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, man. All right, you got anything else?
No, that's about it.
All right. I guess let's move to the... update on a previous Q of the W.
Oh, shit.
The Mower of Lawns t-shirt is currently en route to my mailbox. So...
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
I need to check the mail tomorrow. If I get it in tomorrow, maybe I'll wear it to trivia.
You better have a fashion show, you son of a bitch.
Oh, for sure. Like, I'm not going to, I'm all about that shirt. All right, anyway, I don't have a, real quick, it's not an, shut up and take my money, but it's the, Brian's Pop update. It looks like, someone in, Australia, I guess, reserved, Fresh Prince Pops at a GameStop today. So apparently there's going to be Fresh Prince ones.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what they do. Cause, I really hope they gotta give me an Uncle Phil or I'm gonna be real upset.
They need a 2-pack of Uncle Phil throwing, Jazzy Jeff out the door.
They've started doing, what they call like movie moments and stuff where it's supposed to be like a scene from a movie. So that would be awesome if it was him throwing Jazz out the front.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Oh man. That would be maybe my favorite thing they've made.
Right?
Yeah. Alright, so moving on.
Mm-hmm. So we're doing cute dubs, eh?
Yep.
Last week, because it was International Donut Day when we recorded.
Yeah, it was.
Actually, it's probably only national, but I'm declaring it international. Take that, Earth.
Well, I mean, we do run Mars, so...
We do run Mars,
yeah.
Exactly. What would your signature donut be is what we were wondering.
Yep.
So the answers we got, Matt LG on Facebook. He says Maple Bar. Keep it simple.
Fair.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Brigger. He says Boston Cream. So good.
Wow.
Yes.
I wonder if he knows that's Kevin James' favorite donut.
I saw that once on King and Queen. Yeah.
Totally made up.
Our pal Heno. He says, a chocolate coffee infused ball of cake donut. Yum. Filled with a caramelized white chocolate pastry cream. Filling topped with a coffee glaze and caramel chips.
Jesus. I'm pretty sure Heno works for IHOB.
Yeah. It's like, is that a pancake at IHOP?
Just flatten it. Oh boy.
Good old Gordy Poutine.
Nice.
A dense sponge cake donut filled with sweet red beans and green peppercorns.
What?
It sounds delightful.
That's the kind of one that you lay out like a big table of it because they look really good. And then people are just like, oh, God.
And then you just sit back and wait.
Yep, and just enjoy the day. Mm-hmm.
Ashley, she says raspberry filled and lemon glazed.
Nice.
Philip, former enthusiast guest, he says a basic glazed donut, but the icing would be an imperial stout glaze with notes of coffee, chocolate, and bourbon.
I like the way this guy thinks.
Yeah, that sounds actually delightful.
Yeah, especially the bourbon part. Oh, hey,
And
bourbon.
then, last but not least, on Face Page, we got our buddy Big Dev, and he's got a whole laundry list here going.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
So he says, the base is a dinner plate-sized cake donut with maplewood smoked candied bacon and toffee bits mixed in. It's brushed down with a cold brew coffee and bourbon cocktail made with Maker's 46. Half the donut is then dipped in a fine semi-sweet chocolate and covered in chopped pecans. The other half gets a pour-on glaze, make it look like a red wax dip on a Maker's Mark bottle.
Nice.
A rocks glass is then placed in the middle and filled with the same cold brew coffee and bourbon cocktail used to infuse the donut.
Wow. I think Dev should make this happen. I'm not a coffee person, but I would eat the fuck out of that donut.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I would destroy that donut.
Yeah, you would. Then you'd eat it.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll see it like this donut's getting humped. But that's what I have on Face Page, Brian.
All right, well, over on the Twitters, we've got Wiretech Girl, our pal Annalise. She says a cruller, but crispy with chocolate frosting. Bonus, fresh whip cream on the side. Also coffee for dunking.
Ooh. Nice.
Yeah, I'm good until the coffee. Fuck dunking it, man. I'm just cramming the whole thing in my face.
Dude, I don't know if you've lived life until you've thrown a donut in a coffee.
I have. And there's only one time that I was like, this is a great idea. And it was like the donuts were like day-old or 2-day-old donuts.
Oh, so they're like door stops.
Yeah, they were a little stale.
Yeah, a little bit.
Dunking them in the coffee brought them back to life a little bit. So, yeah.
For sure.
Right. That's right, forgot. I had another one here. At Besotted Geek Pod says bourbon cake with a blue carousel based frosting. The two people that listen to our show will find that mildly amusing. I love self-deprecation. That's alright, because the 4 people that listen to our show will find, maybe go over and listen to yours so you'll get to 6.
Yeah, be sick.
Unless there's already an overlap,
Brian, if our 4 people go increase their numbers to 6,
yeah,
the salty language bump.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a 200% increase.
It is. I don't know. I'm not going to do some math.
I know, right?
I don't feel like it.
Yeah, mathing is mathing.
All right, that's. I believe that's all I remember seeing on Twitter. I'll do a quick scrollies here, but that's all I remember. Although it's going to be tough now because, there was various conversations that we got included in, which make the notifications harder to comb.
A little foggy, you're saying?
Yeah, a little bit. All right, I don't see any more on Twitter, so if I missed you, I'm sorry-ish.
The ish makes sense.
Yeah, right. Oh, man. All right, via the emails, we got, where did it go? There's Ash's answer. Fluffy Bunny Ash says her signature donut would be a chocolate dip blossom donut with a middle of caramel or strawberry jelly. You know what a blossom donut is?
Yeah, I'm assuming it wears silly hats.
Yes. No. It's a donut basically. You know the pull apart, like the pull off pizza crust we were talking about earlier?
Oh, yeah. The General Lord's pizza crust.
Right. It's like a donut that has, like, you know, it looks like a flower, so you can pull pieces of it off and dunk it.
Okay. Then I will reserve my words comments to myself.
No, it may have worse on it. I don't know. I mean, it depends on who makes it and everything, you know?
Yeah.
And Cheeto Bandito says, my personal favorite is an old-fashioned sour cream donut. However,
fuck yeah, Cheeto.
I know, right?
Yeah.
He says, however, if you mean what would I create to reflect myself in a donut, well, it wouldn't be a donut at all. It would be a delicious and nutritious pot brownie with peanut butter cookie dough baked in. Looks directly at camera. We're going to need a bigger glass of milk.
Wow. Broke the fourth wall there.
Straight out. Yeah, I know. I'm not comfortable with that.
I know. Well, I thought that was our job.
I know. Nope. All right, that's all I have.
All right. Well, everybody who participated.
I like what you got. Good job.
Booyah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Which it leads us to our current Q to W, Brian.
Yes.
This is an interesting one. I hope. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I have it wrote down in my notebook. Jeannie's Donut
Ah, okay.
would be a lemon punchki.
Really?
Cause Polish.
Fair enough. All right.
Plus, punchkis are delicious.
All right.
Yeah. Anywho. Yeah, I just looked down. It's right above my Q to tweak.
Well, good. At least you found it.
So,
yeah.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my the Q to W we got going on is, what was your most awkward purchase?
You know, the one that stands out in my head is, like, I remember being a little kid. Like, this is on 2 levels awkward. You remember, and this is going local, so sorry to people who don't know where I'm talking about, but do you remember Churchill's, right? That we used to go over to? Churchill's was a grocery store, for those who didn't know. A very, very local one when, you know, to where we lived. My mom took me over there one time and had me go in to get, like, some stuff, and I had to get her, lady products, and we were on food stamps at the time, so I had to go in there with lady products on the counter and also then pay with food stamps. So
that is an awkward sandwich.
Very awkward, yeah. And, you know, the woman who was the cashier, she, you know, when she scanned the things, she's like, are these for you? And I was like, yep. So
sure enough.
Duh. But yeah, that's the one that really stands out in my head. I mean, you know, it's fairly stereotypical. I mean, much like, you know, like buying condoms for some people the first time or whatever, you know, or at a local pharmacy, that kind of thing. You know,
right.
Someone I worked with at Family Video, when the first time they bought condoms, it was from Crary, which for those who don't know is a very local pharmacy. And, someone that knew their parents was working when they bought them and that's told their parents, you know, so yeah. So how about you?
Well, funny you should mention the condom buying. But, you know, once upon a time when, before we were married, you know, Gene and I were going to spend the evening together.
Sinners,
exactly. Yeah. And I was like, son of a bitch, fresh out. Yep. Wait right here.
As one
Fly
does.
To the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and of course at the gas station they're behind the counter, so I had to make a deal. Like, I need some, and it was two African American ladies, and they had a field day of hooting and hollering and laughing, and this boy needs condoms. It was a whole situation. Which
is terrible though, like, because it's like, good on you for using condoms, for not just like, raw dogging whatever. So.
And at the time, I was a different human being. Because now it'd be like, well, at least I'm getting some.
Right.
Like, I'm buying these with purpose.
Yeah.
Back then, I was just like, oh God, just take my money.
I bet your cheeks turned real red too.
I'm sure I probably look like a little cherry tomato in there.
Probably. A little cherub.
Boy with the rosiest cheeks. That was me. It was a whole situation.
Yeah.
And it was like, and it was late at night and there's nowhere else to go.
Right, of course.
And it was, I couldn't think of a worse situation to be in because you have to go, I need those.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta pull the old, like, the Homer Simpson trick, where you just start, I'll take one of those, one of these, and, then when he gets back, Marge looks in the bag and goes, I don't know what you have planned tonight, but count me out.
That would have been the ideal situation.
Yeah. See, I lucked out because, when I started buying condoms, I would get them at the grocery store and use the U-scans, so I never really had to deal with that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And honestly, at this point, I wouldn't give a shit now. Cause I'm like you, if someone says something, be like, hey, at least I'm getting some up top.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's, and I instead of U-scan, I dealt with, like, rejected and living color dancers, basically.
Wow, fly girls?
Not really. Definitely land-based. There was no flight involved with those two. There were some big ladies.
Well, hey, whatever. Wow.
Yeah, it was a whole, I think I still work up a cold sweat thinking about that evening. Right?
I would too. Like I said, I lucked out, so they had the U-scans and stuff, so I would just go partake in those. Which
on the internet.
Honestly, even to this day, it's nice that those exist for that kind of thing. How many guys have bought maxi pads, tampons, whatever, via U-scans now,
Fair enough.
Yeah. Condoms probably bought that way, any, sensitive creams and balms that one might need,
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a price check on Jack cream? God damn it, lady.
We need a price check on this gallon of lube.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's got a gallon of lube, 3 cucumbers, and a box of Kleenex.
Oh wait, he's getting condoms too. Safety first.
Yeah. Safety first. You don't know where those cucumbers have been.
Right. I mean, you gotta have a salad later.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
All I had was my ass cucumbers.
Why do they have to be ass ones?
I don't know.
Oh my. Yeah. Like these taste a little weird.
I've had plenty of cucumber salads in my past.
Are these organic?
That's a little gamey.
Yeah. Oh man. Were you shopping at the co-op again?
You gotta wash your produce.
Yeah. Right? Oh boy. Ooh.
Actually, this one tastes like strawberry lubricant.
Delicious. Yeah.
Like, Mom, how do you know that
flavor? Mind your manners. Tee. Oh boy. This is one I'm really curious to hear people's responses to, because we've all got something. And
so, everybody's got something. They're like, oh God.
Yeah. I was trying to think what my next one would be, but I can't even really think of one, because it'd have to be something from when I was younger. Because now I don't give a shit. I'll go buy anything. I don't care. Whatever.
I hear you.
Yeah. And like I said, if it's something I feel like I would be embarrassed by, I hit the U-scan,
Right.
But I don't...
Yeah, I can't think of a recent awkward purchase. And you're right, I'm having a hard time thinking of one in the past, even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, I don't... you know, cause it's like, even now, you know, it's like one of those things, it's like if you were buying like lady products and shit, and someone said something, just be like, you know, hey, you know, at least I'll do it. There's a lot of guys out there that are, you know, still Neanderthals, you know.
Yeah, I could give a shit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, meh.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Even if like my daughter's like, I need lady products of whatever, I'm like, all right, throw it in the cart. Who gives a shit?
Right.
You know?
And you're like, no, get the strawberry lube. No.
Trust me.
Trust me. You go up to the counter and you're like, do you have any free samples of this? I want to taste it.
Yeah, I see there's a new flavor.
Like, sir, that's
I'm just wondering if you're going to send a rep out and do a tasting.
Yeah. Can you imagine? In the middle of the store, you're walking around over by those kind of things, you know.
There's a Trojan rep.
Yeah. With like
I've got a new summer line. They're very tropical flavors.
It's one of those like gallon jugs that has like the pump handle on it. Like the places used to have for like ketchup.
Right. Yeah, it looks like a fair condiment station with all flavored lube.
Oh man, that would be funny as hell.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we have that. We've got our pizza truck. I mean, we're getting close to having our own like fair here.
We better.
You know, or you know, at least the food parts and stuff.
Right.
Because, you know, what washes down a nice slice of pizza better than various lube types?
Yeah, for sure. A shot of mango lube.
Ooh, exotic.
Yeah, right?
And then we can have the vodka popsicles to top it all off. Perfect.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. So that popsicle just slide right down your throat.
Yeah, it will. Oh my.
You know what's better than eating those popsicles? Butt chugging them.
Oh jeez.
God damn it.
I got the
There's
lube and the
always that
popsicles.
guy.
Yeah, for sure. And it's usually you.
There's always overly hetero guy that's trying to shove stuff in his ass.
Yeah. Oh, I see you brought popsicles. You're into butt stuff, huh? Like, huh?
Like, what?
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 Like, oh, no. All right. Whew.
So yeah, let us know what your most awkward purchase is.
Show me what you got.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah. Ask your friends too. We want to hear everybody's.
Yeah, and just because we haven't heard him yet this show. Thank you, Macho Man.
Yeah. Came in a little. He was a little subtle there. I like it. Well, you know, dropped it down, went sexy. You know.
Exactly. Think about all those flavored lubes.
Yeah, he was.
Cream, yeah.
Boy. Wow. All right. Well, I guess with that, as usual, we'll say, hey, go check out saltylanguage.com where there's all the show links. There's past episodes. You can check out the Enthusiasts episodes that we've done. I forgot what I was going to say. You can see the networks we're part of, like Tangent Bound Network, Geek Life Radio podcast list, and
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
entertainment.
Nice.
Yeah. So go check out those networks. You may find some other podcasts that you know, tickle your ears just right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Let's see here. Man, I cannot think tonight, yo. If you'd like to help us out while you're on the website, if you're going to be doing some Amazon shopping, go and tickle that Amazon banner on our website.
Oh yeah, saltthings.com. Click that banner, then shop to your delight.
You can buy gallons of lube. Nobody's got to know. No one's got to know. We won't even know.
Condoms? Nope.
Yep. You can
big floppy suction cup dongs, whatever.
Whatever you need, baby. No, it doesn't tell us anything that you buy. So
no, but it should.
Yeah, it should. No. So
it'd be amazing.
yeah, they
One of your listeners just bought a dildo. Like, yes!
like, oh, Henno. Yeah. Yeah, so anyways, if it doesn't cost you anything extra, but they chip us off a little something. And, also, if you'd like to help us out, if you're using Apple Podcasts, please rate, review, and subscribe. And if you're using Spotify or Stitcher, please use the like or share options to, get the word out.
Word.
Tell all the kids.
Mm-hmm.
We got candy.
Yeah, we do.
And a creepy van.
Fuck yeah.
Wow, I just totally blanked again. Man, I don't know what's happened, man. My brain just went to mush.
It's Monday.
Yeah, that's it.
Garfield is right.
It's a day that ends in Y. You're right. Excuse me. Another way to help us out would be to retweet our show link tweets or share our Facebook posts. If you would, we would greatly appreciate it. Or if you want to repost our Instagram, links or whatever, just let all the childrens know about us.
Yeah, by all means. Spread the word.
Mm-hmm. And I guess if you want to reach out to us, you can email us at saltylanguage@gmail.com. Like if you have some Q of the W ideas, slide them right into that inbox.
Damn right.
More seductive than sex.
Yep. Buy yourself some lube on Amazon. And
get them ass cucumbers.
Right, and then slide right. Well, you can buy cucumbers on Amazon too.
Yeah, you probably can.
Because they're the Amazon pantry, I'm pretty sure you can. I don't know if you can buy fresh produce. I think you can though, but I don't remember. Anyway. If you'd like to reach us on Twitter, we can be found at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami, although I'm not on as much.
You can find me at Monotony. Same. But we're also on Snapchat, salty_language.
I'm at Ninjitsu.
And Salty Language on Instagram as well over here.
Yeah.
For, strippers eating pizza. Check it out.
Hot. And it's not me.
Hot.
So, although it would be really funny to fucking put my face on the stripper.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boy. So, yeah.
I need you in thigh highs and kiss boots eating pizza, Brian.
So, any picture of me? Done. Oh, man. Alright, is there anything else on the website we need to tell people about? I don't think so. I think
we're about it.
Alright. Well, until next time, childrens, have a beer, you'll be fine.
They stay salty.
And enjoy your hog salad.
Oh, jeez.